Hey everyone, Melissa here with HealthyDaze, and if you want to improve your gut health and see long-term successful weight loss, you have come to the right place. I am so thrilled. I am starting my 90-day gut health challenge, and I'm going to check in each week and let you know just how it's going, the different recipes that I'm doing, what I've learned about gut health, and how it's going to hopefully motivate and inspire you to make a few food changes as well. First off, I'm just going to let you know that I have the gift of research and action. I do not have the gift of memorization or public speaking. So I do definitely have notes, and each week, we're on week 1, I'm going to have to reference the notes because it's so important to me that we get this right. I want this to be a 90-day challenge that is timeless. I just happen to be doing it for October, November, December of 2025. But like I said, I want this to be timeless. I want it to be something that people can know has been well science-based researched, and they can apply it to any 90 days that they so choose to. You're gonna see improvement in your gut health before the 90-day mark, absolutely. But I just think the sustainability and the discipline of sticking with something for 3 months really gives you a healthier barometer of how it's working out for your life. So if that all sounds good to you, stick around and let's dive into my 90-day gut health challenge. We're on week 1. All right, so before we jump right into the material of what we're going to be focusing on for week 1, I just want to say, if you are enjoying this content, please do me a favor. It helps my channel out so much if you subscribe to it, and if you know family and friends that want to repair their gut health, want to understand the intentional foods to be putting into their body, share my videos with them. Melissa with HealthyDaze, and we're going to get everybody on track for this long-term sustainable weight loss. So week 1, what I have discovered, if you've been checking out my shorts, I've been posting each day what I've been eating, different tips, and after week 1, I have to tell you my number 1 favorite thing that I'm enjoying about gut health repair is the inflammation going down. If you've checked out my other videos, you know that I am always talking about inflammation. And it's been so frustrating because over time, when you're setting up a healthy meal plan and you're doing all of this research, outside of the gut health, and you're still having that inflammation feeling, it just doesn't seem fair. So once I really dove into the understanding of gut repair and gut health and low-grade inflammation and all of that could be going on, I was able to intentionally incorporate the right foods this week, and I have to tell you, the inflammation has subsided. The other thing that I'm going to point out is the mental clarity. Your gut health correlates directly with your brain. They're sending each other signals constantly. And when you are putting the right intentional foods into your body, it is sending the right chemicals up to your brain for dopamine, serotonin, just overall clarity. I don't have the hunger spikes. I don't have the blood sugar dips. I mean, it's just overall been such a great week. So hopefully that is motivating you. If you don't know what a gut microbiome is, you may not even know that this is something that you need to be thinking about as far as your weight loss goes. So next, we're going to go over what the microbiome is. And then once you have a clear understanding of that, I'm going to tell you how you can start to repair yours. All right, so what is a gut microbiome? It is a community of microscopic bugs in our lower intestines, and it is made up of thousands of different species. They're all coexisting, and they pump out thousands of different chemicals every minute. When fed the right foods, these chemicals help regulate everything in our body, including regulating our appetite. So that's how this really correlates with weight loss, because we just don't want to overlook that. We have to be aware that what we're putting into our bodies is feeding these little microbes that live inside to produce the right chemicals to either produce a happy microbiome or destroy our microbiome, which is obviously with the processed junk. So that's, just a simple explanation. Like I said, I have to reference my notes because this is science-based, and I want us to really grasp that. It's not just calories in, calories out. That research is so old that we have to forget about that. You will notice throughout the upcoming weeks, I don't even talk about the number of calories I'm consuming. And I certainly don't worry about stepping on a scale. It all comes down to the foods that you're putting in. Of course, they're going to be healthy and clean. So they're going to create those good microbes, but they are definitely not going to have anything to do with the highly processed or the processed sugars that are just going to destroy our microbiome. So I hope we have a clear understanding of that. That might be something that in the beginning seems so unrelatable, but if you really think about it, the foods that you're putting in there are either going to produce a happy microbiome or a destroyed microbiome. And for me, that's reason enough. If I know that these little bugs that are living in my lower intestine are controlling all of this, that is reason enough for me to try to get this gut health thing on track. So now that we know what a microbiome is and why we should care about it, I think it's important to understand that there is an easy outline that has already been researched by doctors and scientists and professors, and they've brought their research to us. And the outline to me is fairly simple when you really break it down. So Professor Tim Spector, he's absolutely amazing. Go look him up. But he really encourages us to try to be intentional to get 30 plants a week to start to really create and rebuild and repair our gut microbiome. So some of the plants that you can start adding in to get 30 plants a week. Remember, that's not 30 a day, it's 30 a week. And some of my recipes that I've been posting over on my shorts, be sure to check those out, because sometimes there's 10 to 12 to 15 in one meal. So if you're only having to get 30 for the entire week to start to rebuild this gut microbiome, to get all these positive effects that are going to be working for your weight loss, I mean, let's just go ahead and prioritize it and be intentional to do so. So the 30 plants a week can include nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, leafy greens, fruits, vegetables, grains, and beans. So I think that makes it pretty easy to set a goal of 30 for the week. I mean, we just went over that list, and we can absolutely incorporate that into our meal plan to get 30 of those in a week. So once I understood what the different plants were that I could start incorporating in to repair my gut health, I really started thinking about and deep diving into the polyphenols. So that's kind of a buzzword. I hear people talk about it more so lately as it pertains to gut health. But polyphenols really are just the chemicals that are produced by the plants, and you're gonna find them in like the deeper colors. So think about like your purple carrots or your red onions or your deep dark green leafy greens, kale. Those are the ones that you're wanting to go for, because those polyphenols are so good to be incorporating in to create those healthy bugs, those healthy gut microbes that we want to be repairing our gut. So again, this is just as I'm learning, as I'm going week by week, I'm just going to share the different things to just start to meditate on, start to be thinking about, instead of going to the grocery store and buying that iceberg lettuce that's basically just water. Make the commitment and make the change. Grab that bag of spring mix that has a variety of the colors in it. So that's another thing that I was intentional to do. When you check out all my shorts and my recipes, you're going to see different recipes that incorporate those, and that is just producing such a beautiful experience for my gut microbes. Now, another key component when you are looking to repair your gut health is to focus on fiber. We as Americans are only getting 30% of our fiber daily needs met each day, statistically. So I don't know about you, but I think that it is kind of sad. We really focus on calories, we focus on fats, we focus on sugars, but we really need to be more intentional about the fiber content and what kinds of fiber we're putting into our body. So I looked it up, and the best fiber for our gut microbiome are going to be the whole grains. So like your whole grain pasta, you're going to be able to tell that it's whole grain. Don't always just trust the box, but the actual pasta, look at the ingredients, and the actual pasta itself is usually darker in color if it's actually made with genuine whole grain. Beans, popcorn, frozen peas or regular peas, raspberries and kiwi are great sources of fiber. Those are excellent to throw on the Greek yogurt in the morning, and you're getting those probiotics, you're getting the prebiotics, and you are just really going to be setting yourself up for success. And then we have to focus this week, or overall gut health, on the fermented foods. So this can be a challenge, and this is kind of where people who are on board are really going to see results, and people that just can't stick with it are really going to fall off when it comes to incorporating the fermented foods. Because I don't know about you, but it goes against anything I grew up on, anything that seems natural. But when you are intentional to incorporate these fermented foods into your body, you are doing your overall gut health and gut microbiome such a service. So I really challenge you to jot these down, the fermented foods that I'm going to share with you, and just be intentional to start slow if you need to, but then work your way up to incorporating fermented foods multiple times a day, or even just once a day in the beginning. But you want to work yourself up to incorporating them in multiple times a day, and you're just going to see that overall gut health improvement. All right, so those that are on board, go ahead, grab a pen and paper, and be sure to jot these down, okay? This is my list of fermented foods that I am going to be intentional for the next 90 days to start incorporating into my daily meal plan. And like I said, be sure to check out my shorts over on the shorts portion of YouTube, because I'm going to be posting all of these recipes. I want to take the guesswork out of it for you, and I want you to just be able to follow this outline. And then when you do, all I want you to do is just come back, leave a comment, and let me know how it's working out for you. I just want to see what the correlation is between gut health and weight loss, because I'm trying to eliminate all these fad diets, or thinking that we're only going to live off of meat, or we're only going to live off of vegetables. It doesn't seem sustainable to me. So that was kind of sidetrack. But the fermented foods list is Greek yogurt, kefir, kombucha, kimchi, and sauerkraut. So those are the 5 that I'm going to be intentional over the course of the 90 days, and maybe I'll add some in as I continue my research over the course of 90 days. But as of week 1, those are the 5 foods that I'm going to start incorporating in, and I really hope you choose to, and I hope that you prioritize this and stick with it. All right, so if you've made it this long into the video, I am convinced that you are going to do this 90-day challenge with me. I am convinced that you have friends and family that you're going to send this to, and I am convinced that you are going to be successful. There's just one last thing before we go, and it's not going to be anybody's favorite part of the video, but I want to challenge you for the next 90 days, eliminate 90% of the processed junk. I want to give you a great outline of how I do this. I do 5 days a week, focusing on meal planning, meal prep for gut health, for weight loss, for healthy, clean eating. That gives you 2 cheat days. Now with those cheat days, you don't have to go crazy. If something isn't sustainable, we're so much less likely to stick with it. And I want you guys to be successful. And I know you will be. And I know you might be thinking, why can't we have the processed foods just mixed in there and add the healthy foods, the gut healthy foods, to what we're already eating? Well, just like the gut healthy foods are going to feed the good bugs, the ultra processed foods are promoting bad bugs. So we aren't going to be able to see successful, healthy gut microbes be created and have gut health if we are continuing to put the processed junk in there. But the good news is we are able to build a very strong microbiome just by sticking with this Monday through Friday, or pick 5 days. I'm just saying, for it to be sustainable, I do 5 days a week where I am strict. I'm disciplined with my meal plan. And then I give myself the other 2 days to just lax up a little bit. If you want to go get an ice cream, go have some pasta, go just take your mind off of it and just be able to live a little. But I am telling you what, over time, your taste buds are going to change. You're actually going to prefer the taste and the flavor of the clean eating and of the healthier foods. And I think what happens is people just fall off and they don't stick with this long enough to see those results. But with all of the benefits that having a healthy gut microbiome produces, the mental clarity, healthy immune system, healthier digestion, All right, so for this week, that's where I'm going to leave it off. And like I said, I'm going to be doing Monday through Friday. I will be posting all of my recipes, everything that I'm learning about gut health over on the YouTube Shorts. And then every Monday, I'm going to post once a week a more long format video like this, just to check in, just to maybe I'll bring you a grocery haul so it can help you with knowing what to go get at the grocery store to follow along with all of the recipes. But overall, I just hope that you prioritize your weight loss. I hope that you make the commitment, and I will see you next week.